Welcome to my channel. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is my first video of this channel. I've been thinking about doing it for so long. Oh my goodness. For all those who don't know me, I have another channel in which I focus mainly and mostly on perfume. I'm a perfume enthusiast, and so I love perfumes, and that's where I usually go and dump all my perfume excitement. But this channel is different. This channel is all about all the other things that I'm interested in, whether it be makeup, it'll be food, it would be a lot of other things. So I hope you like it. Today is my first video about it. As you can see, I have no makeup because I decided that I wanted to show you my makeup routine just so that we can get to know each other a little bit. I'm going to start with my eye makeup, which is usually what I do. And as I start with my vitamin C. Vitamin C is super essential for me. I wear it every day. If you guys notice, I have a little bit of melasma there. A little. I love my little fan. I fan myself a little, and I usually go with my primer, which is this one, Laura Mercier. It's a pure canvas primer. I used to go with one from Dior, and I think that they did away with it, and I'm on my last little bit of it, so I try not to wear it as much because it really does hold the makeup really good, so I use it kind of like at special occasions. My routine is this palette right here. So this would be my second palette on this one because I went through all my favorite colors on the other one and I just had to trash it. It was ugly as can be. So this would be my second one. This palette is pretty old, but I love it because it has all my favorite colors, and it's just adorable. It's one of the best palettes in my opinion that Huda Beauty has, to my humble opinion. I mean, I know everybody has a different opinion. To the eyes, usually I wear, instead of a primer, on the daily basis I wear this. I try to wear a primer only when, like, if I'm gonna go out at night or something like that, I put a primer on top of this. But for the most part, I just pack my lid with this. And I'm not a fan of doing it with the brush on my skin. It doesn't really go well. And so what I do is with my little finger, I just make sure that I spread it. I used to use a different one. I think it was L'Oreal one. It was a L'Oreal one, I think. I always give different products a try. I don't care if it's store-bought or something. But I didn't like it because it started really kind of greasing on me, and I just didn't like that. So what I do after I put on that, I try to kind of put some powder. So I use that Laura Mercier powder, this one right here, that translucent powder. I'm sorry, this is the powder that I use, and I put it just a little bit on the cap, and with a little brush, which I usually just, you know, dedicate to this part. I put a little bit of it just so that I can, you know, so that all the eyeshadows will slide nicely. And so we're gonna go with this. We're gonna do it. As you can see, it's one of my favorite colors, and I just love it. I can't get enough of this color. I love pink, I love mauve, I love all those colors. So we're gonna go with this one, and we're gonna start with the shade Lace. It's usually what I do. So usually I use a brush like this. So it's a little bit in the looser side, and I like building it up so that it goes smoothly, because it's pretty pigmented. I mean, I have palettes that are super pigmented, but this one is really, really nice. If you want to build it, you can build it. It's just adorable. Those colors are just so cute, and they're so good for every day in the office, and for going and doing your chores, and, you know, going to the store and stuff like that, running errands and everything. Perfect. So I try not to go too deep inside because I tend to just really not like it. Okay, you might not be able to see it, but they're both even. It's probably the light, the one that shows the one's a little bit more than the other, but I have several lights around here, so that's going to be an inconsistency right there. But we're gonna move on to we're gonna go with the same one. We're gonna move on the lid right here, and I like to go about half the way on the lid. Okay, so once it's about half the way on the lid, I change brushes, and I like to go with the other shade, which is called Tickle, right here, this one right here. So we're gonna move on with that one on the right on my creases. I don't know if you guys have noticed on my videos, I have this eyelid longer than this one, so I will be getting surgery done for that most likely next year. I feel like sometimes I get, especially if I'm tired, I get headaches. I don't necessarily feel like it's, you know, something that that is something that makes me look bad or something. I mean, I accept things that are not perfect about myself, but it does affect a little bit my peripheral vision, and I mean, it's something that it would be nice if I get it corrected. So we'll see. Hopefully this year we'll get it done. It's something I'm gonna let you guys know all about it, because of course, if I get my eyelids done, I won't be able to make videos, so I'll have to make videos in advance so that you guys can have something to watch. So once I have that base on, I'm with the same brush, which by the way is a Morphe M411. This brush is just so good. It's so old. It's been with me for a very, very long time, and it's something that I think I have become very good at, like taking good care of my brushes. This brush is gonna be at least 8 years old. So we're gonna move on to the shade Spanked right here, and that one is going to go on the outer side of my lid, the outer corner, just a little bit, not too much. I have all the product where I want it to be. And so last, we're gonna move on with the darkest shade, which is going to be Love Bite. It's this one right here. So we're gonna move on with that one on the very outer part. Okay, now that we have that done, I'm gonna move on with the brush that I put on the first foundation, which is Play. I am going to go and get into with Play right here. And so I'm gonna put that on my inner lid. Gonna blend it. I'm gonna blend it with the Morphe E27 right here. And so I'm gonna blend it just a little bit, circular. Now for the office, this would be perfect, and I would just grab a liner or eyeshadow that is a little bit darker, and just curl my eyelashes and finish my makeup and it'll be done. But today is a special day because I'm making my first video. So I have this old palette from Dior, and is this one right here. And so beautiful sparkly shade right here. This one is the one we're gonna take, and we're gonna take it with that one little sponge they gave us with it, and I'm going to just pack it. I would probably do better with my finger, but I want to try out the sponge. I've tried it before and it doesn't do as good a job as the finger does, but a lot of times I just don't want it to be too present, you know. I just want it to be there as a it's a quiet little subtle sparkle, and this does a great job at that. Usually I would wear an eyeliner that is there is a little bit darker. However, I feel like given the circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and go with one from Too Faced. Kitty Likes to Scratch, and I like this black color right here. Is really, really good, believe it or not. And when I don't feel like wearing liquid eyeliner, I go ahead and just pull this one out and then just kind of go over it, over my eyelashes. And if you notice, I don't go too far. I kind of stop right here and I stop right there and then keep pulling it back. And I try not to really make a wing with this one if I'm gonna go to work. But like I said, today is a special day, so we are going to make a wing. So I am going to move on with the darkest shade that I got in the beginning, and I'm gonna move on with this Morphe brush that doesn't have a number. Believe it or not, it does not have a number. So I'm gonna go with the Love Bite. So now that it's in both, we are going to move on. This one again. So now I'm going to do my foundation, and I use this portable foundation brush, and I use the Born This Way 24 hours day. It's full coverage because of my melasma. Okay, and now that I'm done with my foundation, I usually like to kind of grab my concealer and just grab a little bit of it, just so that I can conceal that area and make it a little bit brighter, because of the color of the shadow. It's, you know, it's very light, so I like to keep it nice and bright underneath so that it can shine. It can help with the beauty of it. Okay, now that it's all highlighted a little bit, I'm gonna move on to do my eyebrows. I'm gonna use a Chanel brush and a Anastasia medium brown color for my eyebrows. Now that we're done with the brows, let's go with the blush. And the blush that I used is the Rose Ink called by shade Ophelia, and with this Sephora brush, which I have absolutely no idea what number it is because it doesn't have anything. So this is supposed to be a foundation brush, but I use it for my cream blush as well. So it leaves it just the way I like it. It's a really good brush. It's a very old one. I clean it often. I take good care of it, so it's in great condition still. Now that we're done with that, we're going to move on with our contour. And we're going to move on with this Anastasia contour kit on this shade right here. And I do it with this brush because it really kind of helps me just kind of target the specific area. Sometimes I realize that if I use another brush, especially if the brush is a little bit the bristles are not exactly aligned, I realize that sometimes just leaves harsh lines. So, and this one has been really good. It is the Morphe M449. And this step, you don't have to follow. I follow it because I feel like my hairline is too elevated and my forehead might look a little too big. So what I do is I just kind of sort of go over my forehead like this. Not too much, just enough. And sometimes it helps with the whole melasma thing that I got going on my forehead. It helps with it. Helps me hide it a little bit. I do this on my jawline just to kind of make it stand out a little bit. To give it the illusion that I have a more chiseled jawline than I actually do. And well, after all that, we are just going to go ahead and apply our setting powder, which is the same one that I applied before, the translucent powder by Laura Mercier. You can find that anywhere. Any of these products really are still on the market. You can find them in Sephora, you can find them on Macy's, you can find them in a bunch of different places. I forgot to do which I really like to do. It's contour my nose. I like contouring my nose because It just kind of keeps it that tiny little look. I got this eye brush by Laura Mercier, and this one is the one that I use because it's kind of flat and kind of, you know, angled out, so it does give me the perfect angle to just kind of contour my nose, and it delivers plenty of product in there. I do that. Okay, and so now we're going to go with a brush to sort of buff it all out, and we're gonna go with the Heavenly Skin brush. Beautiful brush. It's nice and blended. And we're gonna finish off again with some more of the setting powder because I didn't really finish it up. So now that we're done with all that, we are going to go with doing my eyelashes. I do not use falsies. The reason being, a few times I have tried to use falsies and the glue has been so irritating to my skin, I think, to the point that I think I'm allergic, because my eyelid, the last time I got it, my eyelid got so red and so itchy, I couldn't stop scratching it for like 8 hours. And so I tried again, not noticing that it was probably that, and I tried it again, and I decided not to go with the falsies, but I left the glue right there in one eye and this one, and it was a horrible idea. My eye just got really red on the lid, and I had to take it off and just wait it out because it was super red and super irritated. So I try not to do it, and I know they have those falsies where you can line your eyes with the magnetic thing, and I've been thinking about trying them, but honestly I'm not that excited about it now that I'm scared about all that glue and all the stuff in my eyes. So we're gonna go with the regular Shiseido eyelash curler, and this mascara is the one that I'm gonna use right now. And so now that I did my eyelashes, I realized that I want to kind of just elevate the look just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some eye pencil on my waterline in the bottom, but not all the way, just right down here, like halfway, and then kind of just drag it so it looks faded. And I won't do the top, just to kind of keep the look fresh and pink and exciting. Okay, now that we've done that, we're moving with the last step. And I have a ton of lipsticks, but just recently I found one from NYX, and it's called Expose Me, and that's the one that I'm gonna be going with. It is super cheap and it's so good. It doesn't dry out your lips. It's just the greatest thing. And the look is complete. This lipstick, it is so beautiful. It is so good. You guys have to get it. It is one of the best ones. It just won't focus, but it is just so beautiful. When you want to do a pink or mauve look, this is going to be perfect. I love it for the everyday. This is a perfect everyday look. It's what I do. This could be used for the office, to go anywhere and do whatever you need to do. It's just beautiful. It's not super loud. It's just perfect for the eyes, and it just makes them pop out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you're a subscriber, I want to thank you so much for your support. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.